Welcome to another Tea Time with Tanya. Enjoying my life is good tea today. Last night we had our San Diego Women's Gathering, which was in preparation for Sunday's Honoring the Masculine event. And we went deep. We went really, really deep. We talked about where we've been wounded by the masculine and shifting into where we feel supported by the masculine, and really getting to this place of acceptance and peace and serenity and a willingness and ability and an inspiration to go to this event on Sunday. It was really powerful. And we talked about, how do you hold space? Like, how do we come to this place of holding space on Sunday? And so I want to share that with you today, because I think this is really, really important, because it's applicable to any relationship of how you interact and hold space in your relationships, whether that's a large group or just one-on-one. So 3 steps. And the first thing is by leading by example. So last night, I started the conversation by sharing where I felt wounded from the masculine, and specifically shared about my last experience that I had this week that I did a video around of my conversation with my roommate. And I shed tears. I allowed myself to get vulnerable. And as someone who's facilitating, it's really important for me to not feel like I need to look a certain way, I have to have it all together, that I need to have the facade on, that I need to be the strong leader. The vulnerable leader is actually the strongest leader. And by me opening up and being super vulnerable, I'm then giving other people permission to do the same, because I'm sharing in a way that has them get that it's safe to go here. And look, she did it, now I can do it. The second piece of holding space is through listening. And when we listen, it's really important to listen from nothing's wrong. There's nothing to fix. And a lot of times when we listen to people, we want to provide them solutions. We want to help them. But sometimes the best way that we can help them is allowing them to go through their process on their own, and just simply listening from a place of trying to understand, being curious, allowing this person to just go through, because they have the answers. Everyone has the answers within themselves, and sometimes just by listening from that place of curiosity and just seeking to understand and not really trying to provide or offer anything in return, that person can have a transformation. It's really powerful. The other thing to listen for is what concerns are going on in the room. So this is as a facilitator. What concerns are going on in the room? And to just be noticing and having awareness of those. And it's interesting to me how once I feel something within myself, or feel it in the room, it then gets spoken, because I'm bringing that conscious awareness to it. And sometimes as a facilitator, you don't have to say a word, but that awareness is enough words, and it actually can get spoken in the space without you saying anything. It's one of the most powerful things I've learned about being a facilitator, is I don't have to say anything. I just need to keep clearing out anything that I'm personally feeling and bringing conscious awareness to anything that I'm feeling, whether it's within myself or in the room. The third piece around holding space is, I would say, around time management. And to be conscious of the time, because it's part of the container. And in holding space, there's both the masculine and the feminine. And the masculine is the structure, it's the container. It's the, moving people along. So last night, as I was facilitating, I wanted to make sure the conversation kept moving and we didn't get stuck somewhere. So I would say, oh, that's an amazing transition into the next conversation. And then also, for the sake of time, especially with women, people really want to share, but sometimes they don't feel comfortable sharing in the big group. So having people pair up and talk amongst each other, that way every voice can be heard, and that can be really, really powerful sometimes, because a lot of times we have something to say, but we might not be ready in the big group, or we might not feel comfortable in the big group. but everyone has something that's equally of value to share. And so by honoring time and keeping it flowing, it's like, as the facilitator holding space, I'm looking for, is there a rock that suddenly gets in our flow? And how do I help guide us around that rock? I love holding space. It's amazing. It's really amazing when a group of people can go really deep and really feel each other's hearts. There's something that happens where we get really connected. Last night we had a woman who came, shared so vulnerably, and she had never been in a group of women before in her entire life. She never had that type of intimacy where women were really sharing what was on their hearts, not holding anything back. And for her to share, I'm sure it was extremely transformational for her. And I was just so blessed that I got to offer her this opportunity. So thanks for watching today. I look forward to continuing to share more about this journey of creating the Honoring the Masculine event for Sunday. And I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.